Hello, got a new frog hat today for this very special episode of something a bit different. I don't think many people have reviewed this. This is a series that was a one-off series that happened in 2015 on BBC Three called I Survived a Zombie Apocalypse. It's a reality show meets zombie apocalypse. So let's get into it. Do you remember when it was a big thing that we were against phone masts, 5G, possibly 4 and 3G?
Today sees the launch of the eagerly anticipated super-fast 5G Wi-Fi for smartphones.
Phone signal. This Wi-Fi's been rushed through without proper tests.
3 months after launch, 5G whistleblower claims signal causes dangerous DNA mutation.
It just brings back a time about 10 years ago. In here, it's a bit of a time capsule, so it was fun to see that. And these transitional shots with either computerized transitions from broadcasts or the zombies just outside, that takes up about 20% of the whole episode at least, I would say. So get used to that. The 5G storyline is also pretty cool because it's a way to implement no smartphones in the program itself for the contestants or survivors. So that was a cool thing to put in there, not just because people were worried about 5G back then, but also it gives them a reason to not bring phones in. Was that a scene of a zombie eating a baby? Maybe not. Maybe we'll go back to that. But first watch, I was like, hang on, what? Is that a zombie eating a baby? Even for an intro, that's a bit hardcore. Insert cheap jump scare at the end of the starting credits. We see shots of Monroe Shopping Village. This is the location for the programme. This is actually, in reality, Freeport Shopping Village in West Calder, Scotland, with Scare Scotland providing the scare actors for this programme. I don't think they mention it much in the show, or they might in the credits, we'll see at the end, but I've got a friend who I'm not going to mention who owns a scare company of sorts, and he said he was approached by the BBC before this show was made, and apparently he didn't agree to it because they weren't really offered much money, if any at all. It was more about the kudos holding a show for the BBC, but since this only ran for one season, maybe they struggled to get another company for the second season. I don't know if it worked out well for Scare Scotland, although I think that's still going. But yeah, check out Scare Scotland, no bad against them, but there's also a lot of filler or just pan shots of the environment as well. As we go into the episode, you'll see more of that. As I say, it's an easy watch. There's a lot of this kind of stuff. Insert Greg James, radio host, BBC Radio 1. He's going to tell us about the game, the situation, what's going to go on.
Okay, there might be zombies everywhere, but right now, a group of survivors are heading to Monroe Shopping Village, a rescue point where the army were once based but had to abandon it when it was overrun by zombies. The Army's infection surveillance unit are able to monitor them via satellite and radio, setting missions essential for their survival. Anyone still alive in 7 days will be rescued by helicopter and taken to one of the global tropical quarantine areas. To survive this apocalypse, they just need to avoid the zombies, but they're highly infectious, and the slightest touch will result in death.
Slightest touch cause death. Now, I want you to remember that. That's going to be important for later on, the point I'm going to bring up. The slightest touch of these zombies could be fatal. Day 1. 6 months into the apocalypse.
Drone surveillance unit detecting a survivor. Second survivor approaching. Zombies have spotted them.
I just want to throw you my bouquet.
I think they're a bit hungry.
We are then introduced to our first of the first two contestants, Megan. Oh, we're in for a treat with these introductions, I can assure you.
I'm definitely the kind of person who wants everyone to be happy.
Notice she said people and not zombies. If she wants to make the zombies happy, she could just head on outside and make them happy by letting them devour her.
My name's Megan Oxterby. I'm 20. I live in Malvern, which is in Worcestershire. I like doing a lot of stuff with my family.
If she makes it back to her family. Dun dun dun!
People definitely misjudge me. They just think I'm a little girl, but I want to show everyone that I'm a tough cookie, really.
Does anyone else find it weird when she says she likes to do a lot of stuff with her family? It chooses to symbolise that by showing a kind of blurred out shot of her dancing with a much older man. Maybe it's her dad, but it just seemed like they could have showed anything else. It just seemed really odd cut to show for her doing stuff with her family. They decide to cover the windows in cardboard to keep the zombies from looking at them. Apparently that's going to stop the zombies. And then we are introduced to Aston. Now this is something else.
If they got through, we'd be fucked.
Yeah, hopefully they won't.
Don't worry, I do know jiu-jitsu. I'm a follower, but then I'm like a leader as well, but a leader that follows, if you know what I mean.
Is that like a follower who leads, if you know what I mean? This is the last guy you want with you in a zombie apocalypse.
I'm Aston, I'm 24, and I live in Farnborough, and I'm going to survive the zombie apocalypse because I'm totally awesome. My naan bread.
Am I missing something here? What was the joke? He literally held up a naan bread with googly eyes and said, "It's my naan bread." Yeah, it's naan bread. You didn't even need the googly eyes, mate. I don't know what the joke is.
I'd definitely throw myself in front of a zombie if it was for a fit bird.
By his own admission there, we already know he doesn't think Megan is fit then.
3 more survivors.
What's their position?
Approaching barricade from the west, but they're attracting zombies.
They need to get across the barricade and out of sight. Will the barricade hold off the zombies?
Not for long.
Could you imagine if the 2 survivors, they're held up in this building, they're safe. They just go, well, the other 3 survivors are bringing zombies with them. Nah, just leave. What happens if they don't open the doors? Are they allowed to just go, yep, you're just going to die and we're going to survive? I don't think at this point there's a cash prize. I could be wrong. They've not elaborated on that at all.
They're coming. They're coming.
She sounds so worried, doesn't she? If I was there, I'd be going, they're coming. I'd be really acting into it to get everyone else fired up. But she's just not bothered.
Alright, Jackie, go. Yeah.
Not to worry, the zombies won't get over that very short mound they've created.
I love life and I want to live every minute that I can.
I don't think she could have said that any more convincingly.
I'm Jackie. I'm 56. I'm a granny. I'm a mum. I'm a wife. But that's not all there is to me.
Oh, you're just showing off now, Jackie.
I've been held up by Maoist guerrillas in Nepal. I've nearly died rafting the Grand Canyon. And I've also done an SAS survival course.
Do you reckon it was that SAS survival course that taught her to be this monotone and calm? I know we've already established there's no way the zombies can get over that small pile of pallets, but it just seemed very calm and collected how they just walked in to those doors as if they were visiting family.
They've cleared the barricade. No 5G signal detected.
If you've got 5G, you are done for, so Kevin Bacon would not survive in this encampment. Does anyone remember Brainiac? Because there's the yellow and the eyeball, and they're just reminding me of Brainiac now. Ah, the comedy aspect of the show. We've got another transition with some cartoons showing us about the zombie outbreak.
Your friends and family may be dead, or even worse, flesh-eating zombies.
I'm hoping there's a scene after this where after they've barricaded the door with all those chairs, someone turns around and goes, there's nowhere to sit, we've got no chairs, and they just start to slowly go crazy and lose their minds from standing up all the time. Here's where we see the extent of Aston and Megan actually covering the windows in cardboard. They've done a bang-up job there. See this juxtaposition of Amina looking around like, what have I got myself into? Before we cut to her introduction, where she sells herself and picks herself up after we've just seen her look quite worried at the situation she's in.
I don't think I'll be getting caught in the apocalypse because I'm pretty damn fast. My name's Amina, I'm 80 and I'm from Leeds. Before the apocalypse, I used to train 4 times a week at athletics.
This competition about who's a bigger show-off now. Is it Jackie or Amina?
Initiate contact with Monroe Shopping Village.
Copy that.
Attention survivors, do you read me?
What's that talking?
Survivors, do you read me?
They find the radio, which I get the impression they should have found at the start, but accidentally buried it in the barricade. So now we're getting some backstory about what's going to happen next. They've got to get to the army base, which is deeper inside the shopping centre, and they're going to have to overcome some tasks to do it.
Army's infection surveillance unit. We've got eyes on you and we're going to try and keep you alive. Behind the shutter is an abandoned army base. We're trying to find you a way in there, so keep listening to our instructions and hopefully we'll get you through this.
Cut to Greg James. He tells us what we've already seen and part of what's going to happen next. I feel like these bits didn't have to be in, and I felt like the situation we're in, we probably could have filled the programme with more of us seeing what was going on. Greg James is here. He's a name for BBC. He's going to tell us.
We're going to need essential supplies like food and water very soon. Don't look at me. I'm barely surviving here with what I've managed to pick up along the way. Luckily, the army has parachuted in a crate of provisions to get them started. The crate has very basic rations for survival, like chickpeas, pasta, kidney beans, and processed meat. All they have to do is pop out and get them.
They need to get the supplies in before the zombies breach the barricade.
Probably would have been a good idea to put the supplies on the roof. So they sneak out to get the supplies. They send the athlete, Amina, and Megan, the happy-go-lucky one who wants to make all people happy. So I don't know, they didn't show the conversation where they picked who went out. I don't know if she just went, well, if everyone's happy, I'll go out to certainty. Scrap that. It turns out in the next shot, we see that the supplies are very close to the door and they're all just going out one by one, bringing stuff in till the zombies knock down the fence.
Are we alright? Somebody keeping an eye out?
Yeah.
I thought Aston was going to break into song then. We're then introduced to Kavon after he's clubbed Amin around the head with a bit of chain.
Okay. Oh God! You're alright. You're alright.
I would say I'm quite agile. I used to run in school. I like to think I'm still fit and it will help me survive the zombie apocalypse.
This guy seems quite down to earth, quite likeable, except he has to have a flex and he has to show off about something. And here it is.
Girls come on to me more than I go on to them. I'm quite laid back and reserved, so if someone's a good leader, then I don't mind following.
That's great news, because I know someone who's a great leader that he likes to follow, you know what I mean?
I'm a follower, but then I'm like a leader as well, but a leader that follows, if you know what I mean.
Come on, Aston, use those leader skills. And by the way, when we get in that army base, apparently the Wi-Fi is safe. We see what's inside the base before they've managed to get access, and I must say, I'm very happy for them. They've got some more chairs in there. They'll be fine.
Oh, we've left a tube of tomato puree.
God damn it!
Registering 1 survivor approaching compound. Increased zombie agitation.
Another survivor, increasing the zombie agitation. I didn't know that was possible. I don't know if it's going to happen, but maybe some of these survivors they shouldn't let in. Or maybe some of these survivors will actually be infected. That'll be a cool twist, but we'll see. So much needless crawling. He could have just climbed over those sandbags. There was part of me that thought he was going to launch that kind of oil drum into the crowd of zombies. Could you imagine?
Oh my gosh, the chain. The woman, 1 second!
Imagine for 1 minute you're in a real zombie apocalypse, right? I know this is a show. Imagine you're in a real zombie apocalypse. You get to this place that you've told's a safe haven. It's a shopping centre. There are people there. You get to the front, knock on the door, and you just hear this woman go, "Just a second." Well, these zombies are running towards you, and you've agitated them more than they've already been agitated, apparently, according to the army. And you've just got a woman going,
The woman, 1 second! Is it on your own?
Yeah.
Thank God they got that tube of puree. We're now introduced to Jonas.
I survived a lot in my life, so it would be nice to test my stamina. I was born with a deformed right leg. When I was 20, I took the decision to take it off.
Who's 32 and from Cambridge. Now, this is interesting because he's built for the situation, and it's also kind of a underdog story in a way because he's had his right leg amputated when he was younger. So this is the one you can root for. This is the one who seems like he's got his head screwed on right, and he's going to be probably the one they all rely on.
Did we get the tomato puree?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Thank God that was put to bed. Megan was worrying sick.
Is that what you're concerned about? Please.
Can I touch your leg?
Bad touch. Stranger danger.
Such a weird thing to say.
It's a bit ticklish, so be careful.
Which one is it?
Yes.
I've got no idea.
Right one.
I was half expecting Amina to say your right or mine, but luckily that was never said.
That's so cool.
The army transmission says the barricade won't hold much longer.
The barricade won't hold much longer.
They need to get behind the shutter and into the base. They must get that key code.
Copy that.
Jonas, being the muscle man that he is, just says we can lift the gate and decides to try and lift it, but no one else tries to help him.
Levered from underneath, though. It's really tight. You need something strong.
It was at this point I thought to myself, it has been too long since we've heard from Greg James.
Beyond the food hall, there's a base that the army have set up. If they can get inside, they have a better chance of survival.
Greg James is the person who presents the weather and starts by telling you what the weather was yesterday.
The only person with the code is Frank, the security guard. You know Frank, right? We all remember Frank. He's a cool guy. He's just hanging out at the shopping centre.
3 more survivors enter the fray. They're outside. They're not in the compound yet. They're not in the shopping centre yet with the others. But they've already been informed of where the key card is from Frank, the security guy, who's hanging about, unintended, and they're going to get it back.
Is this him? Oh, yeah. Where's the key?
Zombies have breached the barricade now, so this is going to be a real test of if those chairs can hold the door back. I thought when the barricade was breached, the food hall entrance where they are, I thought the zombies were going for that and the 3 new people would have to find a different entrance, but they're running for the food hall entrance as well. So it's really a race against time now to get those doors open.
Where's the key go?
I've got it.
When he asked where the key had gone, I was worried that they dropped it or just forgotten to pick it up.
You've got the key.
We've been looking for the key. No.
Key, yeah, give me the key. Guys, get your shit.
There was no need to swear there, and there was no need to keep that in the episode. After a slightly tense shutter opening at the speed of slow, they get into the barracks.
Yeah, then we've got chairs.
You see, I wasn't being an idiot. The chairs were important, and they made sure they had chairs, and they got more in case.
It's better to have shit than to fucking
need all this shit. Calm down.
Considering how much other stuff they fill out the episode with for padding, it seems weird that they just fast-forwarded through this bit, because there probably was funny dialogue and things going on.
Let's get tidying.
Oh, Aston got shut down. That's another woman he won't be jumping in front of a zombie for.
I want to get in.
Go away, but we're not here.
Quite wise words from Jackie there. The Games Master himself, Greg James, appears again and gives us more information about the show, how much time they're going to be there, etc.
So they're safe. For now. 5G signal can't penetrate through the shutter door, and neither can the zombies. And this will be their base for the next 7 days. They have the bare necessities for washing and cooking. They've also got army-issue beds, and thanks to Megan's keen eye, some tomato puree. So, hey, it's not all bad news. All we have to do now is get the place in order and get to know each other.
I didn't think going into this that halfway through the first episode, chairs and tomato puree were going to be the main things people were worried about. This is the part of the show where it essentially becomes an episode of Big Brother, with the zombies sort of being a side issue as we see the people and their relationships manifest.
We've only got 8 beds.
That's fine, I'll sleep on the floor.
What?
I've slept outside Harrods before, it's fine.
How is that relevant? We get an introduction to Tom, the guy who slept outside of Harrods.
My name's Tom, I'm 26 and I'm from Birmingham. I've got so much drive and determination, nothing's going to stop me.
It's quite a short intro compared to the others we've seen so far, but he seems like a nice enough guy, so let's carry on.
Where are you from?
Cambridge.
Wait, but you got an accent.
Yeah, Cambridge posh accent.
Is it?
Now, I'm originally from Cambridge, and the fact that Tom just believed Yoda saying, yeah, it's a posh Cambridge accent.
Is it?
Cambridge?
Yeah.
I'm from Cambridge as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, he's going to get found out. The other guy's from Cambridge as well. We get an introduction to Luke, who, out of everyone, he's a nice enough guy, but if anyone's going to hit one of these zombies, it's probably going to be him.
This smile could warm the heart of any zombie. I'm definitely a man's man. I think a bloke should be a bloke. I don't think there's anything that can be thrown at me that I'm not going to overcome.
And the final of the 3 who have recently joined the group, Sarah, who's 18 and she likes to party. That's what we get from the video.
Even if the world is coming to an end, I will still have my makeup on.
There's 9 of us.
I will sleep anywhere. I can sleep, honestly, I don't care.
I slept outside Twickenham Rugby Stadium for 10 days. I can sleep on the floor.
Again, not relevant, and he's just showing off about sleeping outside Harrods and Twickenham for days on end. But we're going to find out why.
I was camping to meet Lady Gaga.
Did you meet
her?
her?
I've met her loads of times. I know her manager. It's like...
Now, I know this is a show about zombie apocalypse, but I have to question, why is he sleeping outside Twickenham for days on end to meet Lady Gaga if he knows her manager? It's a weather vane.
I think we should delegate, like, 2 or 3 people should do food, some should do, like, living area. I'll just point
Do
and
what's
watch.
a living area?
Gavon made a good point there.
Everybody else cook.
Yeah,
I can cook as well.
I can cook. Yeah.
We all can cook.
What's your speciality?
Speciality? Probably spicy things like curries and things like
Really?
that. What do you like?
I don't like spicy food.
Don't you?
Conflict.
Attempting reboot of telecommunication systems at Monroe Shopping Village.
Are we online yet?
Affirmative. Systems are go.
Initiate video contact with survivors.
There's a communications room upstairs. Request 2 survivors report there immediately.
The communications room is essentially the diary room from Big Brother.
Attention survivors, do you read me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Was anyone attacked by zombies on the way into the base?
No.
That's exactly what you would say if you had been attacked by zombies.
Thank you, survivors. We'll be in touch.
Could you imagine being an urban explorer and just going out to this building, you know about this shopping village that's closed down, and suddenly you've got all these zombie actors and stuff going on? That'd be a fun time.
Should we get some food on?
Yeah.
That's Aston being assertive, like he told us he's a leader who can also follow.
Who wants to cook then?
This is a conversation about food, what he can eat, what he doesn't want to eat. I understand that, and it's important. But the line-up, the aim of the shot they've got here seems to take precedent over anything he's actually saying.
Not call me. Because, yeah, you know that horse scandal? Since then.
Oh yes, the horse scandal, the famous horse scandal where we had beef in things like ready meals in the UK, and they found out that a lot of it was horse meat. But that's a weird thing to bring up here where you haven't really got much choice of what to eat.
As long as it's cooked properly, I'll eat it.
Crisis averted.
I'm not going to chill with you, Zara. I think we're going to be friends. I'm telling you, no? Yeah, I'm serious. Like, that girl's going to be friends. Because you've got a very Amy Winehouse, Gaga feel about that.
I think there are going to be so many references from him about Lady Gaga and potentially one or two other female singers, and that's going to be Tom's thing, I get the impression of, for how far we've got in the episode and how much he's talked about it already.
It doesn't need cooking.
We want our ones cooked.
I'm absolutely starving.
Oh, what is spam?
Ham.
But what is it? Like, what actually
It's
is
like
it?
pork in a tin. It's like the vagina.
I think I know who my least favourite person in the group is now. Honestly though, what's the best you can hope for bringing that sentence into the group?
You looked at me there like you never heard that before.
Looking at the group's reactions, I can see that they're not plussed about what he's saying either.
Like, that was a challenge. I'll be up for it.
Kayvon's just had it set in that he's got this person that's hopefully going to help him survive the apocalypse.
Got chairs for you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Do you think one of us is zombie?
I think so.
Why would you say that?
No, I thought that.
Jonas makes a good point here, and I thought this a little while ago. What if one of them is infected already, and that adds a new dynamic to what happens further on?
We're going to check who's a zombie, because one of you could probably be infected.
Kayvon looks like he's had such enough of Tom, but also I like the way Tom's like, one of yous could be infected. Big twist here is probably Tom's infected, I'm guessing.
So if someone doesn't do it, then that means they're a zombie.
Do what?
Stand on one leg with their finger on the nose.
Couldn't do that sober. Let alone infected with something.
I don't think a zombie would be sat eating pasta.
Put it in the comments below. Do you think a zombie could sit there eating pasta?
Detecting a decrease in zombie activity in the compound. Now would be a good time to send them out for supplies. One survivor, report to comms.
Oh my god.
Listen carefully, Aston. The following mission requires 2 survivors to go out in search of bedding for the group. Skills required are problem solving, quick thinking, and agility.
Aston, taking it all on board, goes to the rest of the group.
People!
Yeah.
We've got a mission.
Guys, got a mission.
You just know, because he knew it was going to be on TV, Tom just packed the most extravagant things he could possibly wear. That is not attire for a zombie apocalypse.
Basically, we need to go out, get bedding supplies. So you need agility, quick problem solving, and quick thinking.
You only had to remember 3 things, Aston. 3 things.
I'll go out, someone. I want to go out.
Who's problem solvers, though?
Yeah.
No,
You're the agility and you're the problem solver.
You're the agility and you're the problem solver. 1, I think Luke has got a lot of agility because he was doing the fitness. And 2, I think the people going both need agility. There's no good being a problem solver. The other person's got agility. They get out while you just get eaten by zombies.
What's agility?
There's an irony that she's a self-confessed athlete and she had to ask that question.
Speed.
Like speed and nimbleness. You've got to be able to move quickly and climb and agility, isn't it?
The shop has been looted, but we believe supplies still exist in the storeroom, which is locked. Work out a way in and hopefully you'll find what you need. If you encounter zombies, get out of there. 1 touch is enough to get you killed.
Once again, 1 touch can be enough to get you killed. That'll be important for in a minute.
We were using the store as a morgue, so it's not a pretty sight inside.
But also, we've been using that as a morgue. Basically, we're sending you into the lion's den. Good luck.
Why don't we just send the girls out, man?
I could honestly see Aston doing that if Luke agreed to it. Let's just send the girls out.
Don't break your backs, bring your back enough for everyone. Just get what you can.
I thought the whole point was if you don't have bedding, you don't sleep, you're going to die. So if they don't bring enough back for everyone, I don't think you're all going to survive.
What do we do? Be on the car, be on the car, be on the car, be on the car.
I really like the little touches like that build suspense, like hiding behind the car from the zombie. I think little bits like that are quite cool.
Keys.
Aston going straight for the cash register.
Look, on the floor. Assistant.
Right, key for stockroom is with the general manager.
Oh, Jim, right, it's got to be one of them. Here, general manager. Easy. Just in case. There.
This is the point I'm referring to now, where they said one touch could be enough to turn you into a zombie. They're getting blood and guts from putting their hands in the zombie's stomach all over them. Is that not game over? Does anyone remember in 28 Days Later when that guy got the one drop of blood in his eye?
I've taken as much as I've got, man.
I've taken as much as I've got, man. Unless I pick up more, and then I've got more. But this is what I've got. That's how much I've got, and that's how much I've taken.
Wait, just have a little look around if we're safe here.
Obviously, it's a show, but that was probably actually quite a good jump scare. Wait, hide behind the car! Hide behind the car!
What was that? You are so What's on your face? What is that? You're bleeding.
Wait, you got blood on you?
Searched his pockets for keys, he flipped them over, searched his back pockets, couldn't find it, flipped them back, and he pulled his shirt open, and like, all his guts are there.
No!
Oh, yeah, guts. Proper flesh and guts.
Luke, he's in like the corner and suddenly a body bag opens. The zombie!
It makes you wonder now he's covered in blood. Is this going to be a story later on where someone was always going to have to go on that mission, put their hand in the guts to get the card? Is he infected now? Because it seems really stupid to say one touch can get you infected, but no, put your hand in the stomach of one and you're fine. But he seems really ecstatic about it at the moment.
He's in the room with us. And then as we're running out the door, no one pops up by the door and we're like, what?
Is there enough pillows for everybody?
Yeah.
Should be.
We can share them.
Cavon making a move, they can share a pillow, although those bunks are quite thin, narrow single beds.
How are we supposed to have a shower then? I don't understand.
Yeah, we've got to sort it out.
Like
we're going to have to go out and get some water because we're going to have to fill up those big cans.
Is it cold though?
Have we got to shower naked? Because I didn't bring a bikini.
I'm sure however Cavon goes about it, he can share with Amina, who seems to want to share everything with her at the moment.
Jackie, but what if we boil the water?
At first I thought Cavon was down to earth, he knew what he was doing, and now he can't eat spam, he's scared of horse meat in it, he can't have a cold shower in a zombie apocalypse. If that's all you've got to choose from, that's all you've got to choose from.
Leave this leftover spam.
Nah, you're all right. You're good. Cheers. Have a ball. It's all yours.
You just know Tom's sitting there trying to work out another way he can worm into the conversation. How many times he's seen Lady Gaga, or how many days he had to sleep on a floor to see Lady Gaga. No doubt we're going to hear some of that again.
Has anyone got a story to share? Because I was going to tell you all a story about Gaga.
Oh my god, I hadn't even watched this far yet. It's happening. Minutes after I made the prediction. Oh, let's have a listen, Tom. Let's have a listen.
Where people had to pay to meet her. She said, my fans, I'm not going to exploit them like that. I didn't tell no one, but I planned to camp for 10 days.
You heard it here first, folks. He didn't tell anyone, but he planned to camp for 10 days. Didn't tell anyone.
When she first came out, I was 20 stone. I had no love for myself. I was in such a dark place. Her music was what I'd listen to at the gym. And she gave me confidence in myself to be a stronger person. Long story short, I did get to meet her. I literally sat in front of her, on the floor. I was just sat looking at her, and I just started crying.
I'm all for him feeling better about himself, getting into better shape. That's really good. I'm happy for him about that. But the image of him sitting on the floor in front of her, stood there, just seems a bit like, I get the impression he was stood there. He could have shook her hand or hugged her, and he decided to just sit on the floor and pray. That's the image I'm getting. It's just very, very odd.
Is she a man?
What?
Was she a man?
No, my sister says that. No.
They left that just enough to make you go, what? And question it. But just so there's nothing liable, they cut it off straight away.
Detecting another survivor survivor, repeat, another survivor is heading towards the base, but they're trailing over 20 zombies.
One survivor, 20 zombies. Is it worth the risk?
Oh, is that survivor? Help!
There's no zombie! Don't let anyone in!
Is that a survivor? I don't think the zombies would be shouting out, tapping the door like that, please let me in. And Jonas, the voice of reason, don't let anyone in. That, I wonder if that's going to come back to bite him later on, letting this person in.
We got to check your bag. Have you got any marks on you? You've been infected. I'm joking, guys. You got nice tats.
Thank you.
I said tats. Let's have a look. Brilliant. What's your name? Where are you from?
Leah.
After passing the tests, we are introduced to Leah, who's 24, the newest member of the group.
I'm feisty, I'm opinionated, and I'll say it how it is. The biggest surprise about me is I haven't always been this way. I was actually born a boy.
You know that that's not the most important thing in the zombie apocalypse, but it's going to come up and it's going to be a social thing. And I do wonder if that means Tom's going to be good friends with her, or they're going to be competing to be the LGBTQ plus quota for the show.
What do you do for a living then, Leah? Before the apocalypse started, what did you do?
Nothing.
Really?
Unemployed, yeah. I was in care, but...
I was as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's so cool. Foster or children's home?
No, elderly.
Oh, yeah. I was in care. I thought you was in care. I was.
That was a bit funny that Tom thought she meant she was in care, but she was a carer working in care.
I thought you was in care, so that's me as well. This is getting fucked up.
Yeah.
This is like proper.
This is the start.
Yeah, this is it.
We've got like 200 zombies out there.
That was the first episode of I Survived the Zombie Apocalypse. If you want to see me watch any more episodes of this series, let me know and I'll do the next episode and so on. I thought it was an alright show. I thought it was quite interesting. There's a lot of twists and steps that I'm hoping come up, like one of them's infected, or there's going to be drama at some point, isn't there? Whether it's over Lady Gaga sleeping on floors or something else. But it'll be interesting to see. If you want me to review it on here, let me know. If you want to see more of this, subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button and hit that notification bell to keep informed. Until the next one, take it easy.